Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the Sage Intacct Product Tour for Growing SaaS Companies. My name is David Apple. I'm head of the SaaS and software vertical here at Sage Intacct, and joining me is John Flum, our principal sales engineer. John brings a fantastic background, and he was previously a finance practitioner, so he understands and relates to what your day in the life looks like, and is also going to share with you a fantastic way we could change and improve what your day in the life looks like today. We've had the great fortune to interview hundreds of our customers, and it's shown 4 big megatrends that are likely affecting you and how we design the product to make your life easier. First off, the move from on-premise to cloud. Second, the transition from being transactional minded in how you run the business into thinking about the entirety of the relationship and subscription. But then underneath that, financially in your revenue life cycle, transitioning from thinking about the world via sales orders, like some other cloud financials force you to do, and they're starting to think about being a native contract option. And your entirety of the contract relationship all being managed in one big object. And this transitions for you into cash flow from being reactive and just invoice driven in your billing into being proactive and have all of those transactions tie back to the contract master, which allows you to be even more advanced in your cash flow, which all the impacts that it has to DSO, cash flow, and revenue recognition. We worked with our board and what they guide us on what a great company looks like. On the left-hand side, qualitative inputs. On the right-hand side, quantitative outputs. And that there's a lot that goes into culture with leadership. There's a lot that goes into product with differentiation, strategic modes. There's a lot that goes into sales and marketing and community with your platforms and ecosystems, and then getting everybody marching the same way. And the best way to do that is to get data to people, so it's not opinion or conjecture, but it's information that everybody can share and think about. Classic outputs on what the 5 C's, the best of 5 C's are out there. Share revenue growth, your MRR, EBITDA, keeping churn down, running a real good unit economics, what your CLTV and CAC ratio look like, and doing all this in a real capital efficient way so you maximize the cash that you have on hand. And when you do this right, you're able to produce this beautiful dashboard. This is what we empower you to do by running this great financial process. You get this digital board book with the core SaaS metrics you can see that are on the top. CMRR, ARR, second row down, churn, both on a customer level and a revenue level, the amount of renewal that you got out there, both in the kind of trigger-based as well as the graphical view, so that everyone in the company can see the data, which allows you to move from arguments over who's right into we've got the data, so let's now have a shared consciousness in how we're interpreting this and make our decisions so we pivot faster, so we maneuver against our competition better. So we know where to put extra dollars into either product or customer success or whatever area may be. That's the decisions we want to get help you as the finance leader be able to provide to the company, because that's where the real insights and the fun part of the job is. And here is how we do it. It's right there in the middle, the big shiny green button, the contract master, the contract object. We'll help you take in the data from Salesforce, from ourselves, from perhaps in-house tracking system that you put in place, and manage all of those transactions against the entirety of that contract relationship. Doing this and having them that put in with what are your billing use cases against the item masters that you have allows you to automate billing across a wide swath of subscription scenarios, to be able to do the add-ons and upsells, and hopefully not too much downsell, but we can do it for you. And then at the line item level, automate the revenue recognition and the expense amortization, which is a big part of having you be compliant with ASC 606. And when you do this, because you've got that contract object in there, that's what lets you just see into the future on understanding, based upon the term length of the contract you have, what is the billing forecast, the revenue forecast, and the cash forecast. And the beautiful thing about us is we do this, or we're special in how we do it, that all the subscription billing vendors are limited, that they only help you with the billing. They don't help you with the actual general ledger and all the financial reporting that you've got out there. Similarly, other cloud financial products are forced because the order master is the core of their suite. that they force you to think if you're going to do contracts that it's getting pushed out to an extension outside the system, which creates even more of a conundrum and complexity in how you manage the data and thus the reporting, which doesn't eliminate the problem that you're trying to solve. We thought a lot about this in our product, a lot of great customer feedback and investor feedback. That's what led to this layout that we've got here. And over time, we've seen this SaaS process automation lifecycle happen with the stage on the left-hand side, time on the bottom. It has some nuances and change if you're high ACV or high volume or another model. But in general, this is directionally correct that there's a set of processes you're going to mature over the period of time in a certain order. And we can help you through all these into IPO and well past IPO. We've done it for many firms. So we've got 3 chapters that we're going to help you with in all this that John's going to lay out with you. First, quote to cash, showing you the Salesforce integration. Chapter number 2, contract to cash workflow with how we help you manage into ASC 606. And then third, one of my favorite parts, I just shared a moment ago, is having all this automation then lead into having great SaaS metrics and GAAP reporting via the digital board book in our reports. So with that, we're going to transition over to the product tour. Get ready, strap in, we're real excited, let's go.